Yo, righto, let's have a look at this trade that I've done and why I've done it. So, you've had this gap that has just gone boom, it's been smashed. I might actually get stopped out of this really quickly. I've got multiple charts working here, so I've got my trading view. This isn't great. That close of that 5 minute candle could destroy this trade. My line in the sand, this is just a really quick intraday scalp, is this point here. So if it drops if I get a 5 minute close under 19,480, I'm out of this trade. I will exit. At the moment, it's holding the VWAP, and you've got a really important 30-minute level. So if we have a look at here, you see that close of this candle, that candle, and it's held that actually beautifully. Really, really nice. I'm a little bit annoyed that I didn't get that next entry. It was probably a little bit low, but this looks like, to me, a very, very nice trace back. The reason I entered as well is because of that candle that acted as an engulfer over here. And then you've got another engulfer here, which isn't what you want. The volume has dropped after this candle. So this was the highest volume, and then you've got a drop, and now we could be moving down a little bit. This is, again, not super attractive for me. But you're still holding this key level here. That's my cut. So that's my exit. If we break that level, that's my exit on this trade. 30 contracts. I'm doing it a bit smaller because it's not so this isn't my actual money, right? Like, so this is the futures account. I've got a $6,500 trailing loss, which I'm down 1,000 on that loss at the moment. You start with 250 grand in the account, right? But then every dollar it goes up, the loss trails up, it's a ball ache when you're trying to get qualified. I need to make 15 grand in this account to get qualified for a paid account. So I'm looking for some pretty key entries. Now, this pullback is sort of nice. It's just how far does it go? Do we keep moving? Does it stay? Don't know, but they're my lines. That's my entries. If you were looking at this trade and you'd agree with my analysis, you could enter. I would actually, right now, I wouldn't, because of this candle. That's not good. And it's rejecting this level here. So it looks like this is now becoming resistance. So in all honesty, this is probably going to keep heading down, and I think I'll get stopped out of this the way it's looking. But we just got to see how this holds. It's a tight one. What have I got? 2 minutes. 2 minutes for this close. I don't mind. Like, I picked a size that isn't going to kill me. I'm probably going to lose $700 on the trade, maybe 600. It's not massive. The potential gain is really, it's sort of unlimited because you've just got blue skies, right? Like, there's no resistance above. There's just nothing. So my preference is actually that it breaks down and I can get a purchase back down here. That's what I want. I want to buy here because this is just going to, if it gets under here, it's just going to fall. It's going to be magical. And that's where you want to buy. Right now, we're just not. If it closes like that, I'll probably exit. Because it just looks to me like that resistance is a little bit too much. So you got 50 seconds, and I need to see it. If it closes there, I'm okay. I'll still stay in. I'd like it to close above here. This is where I'd want it to close. We've got 25 seconds. She's fighting. But I take this because it's just everything's so fucking bullish. So you can't, you're crazy to short this. So you're just looking for those pullbacks and how bullish is it? Like how much is the follow through going to keep going? So I took a stab and you can see why I entered on this level. So we're going to close where it's acceptable to me to stay in. This level because you've got these 5-minute candles here, these wicks. The idea was that it would turn that into support, and it looked like that was turning into support. It's gone under. This candle will be quite telling. Ideally, this just goes up. If this goes back up, then this is like a little bit of a fake out. And I'll only have 15 contracts in there, which is okay. I would like a bigger position, but holding that daily VWAP really nicely, which I don't have on this chart. I don't even know if I can get it on this chart. Indicators. Let's go to VWAP. No. So I don't think I can get VWAP on this chart, which is fine. I use TradingView for that, and it's just it's a tool that a lot of prop firms use. So it's handy to have just as a bit of an indicator, particularly if the day is trending. So if the day is trending up, then yeah, you want that. So, I mean, ideally, yeah, I just want this to continue now. I want it to continue rip roaring, blue skies. Let's go. Let's make new all-time highs. Let's get how much more do I need for this account? So I need another 12 grand today. If I can get 12 grand today, see the other thing you can do on this. So if you're trading futures, you can group your accounts. So put them all together. So I've got 5 of these. Every other account that I've had before this, I've blown up, which means that the trailing loss got busted, which sucks. Yesterday really sucked because I'd done so much work to get to the point I was at, and I just lost it yesterday. I was just not in a good headspace. So I'm trying to reset today and go again. We'll see if I can nail it. But the idea is I want these 5 accounts approved by Friday. I just need really good setups to do it. And we're not quite there yet. Not quite there. I'm just going to move this to there because if I get another pullback to that, I'm okay with that entry. You don't want to see this check back too much. It's okay. Moving around. I would like to see this jump. I don't think it will. But if this could get to 476 on the Qs, basically just a 19.6. If we get to 19,600 on this, I'd probably take my profits. That's what I want to see. 19.6. So it's good risk reward. Tight loss. It should be, if this plays all the way out, I should make, I don't know, three grand maybe, 3-4 grand, something like that. And there's no real reason to sell because there's no fucking resistance. So selling it doesn't make sense until you get to like a profit target. How's my trailing stop loss? Because I had a fail this morning. So I'm down. This is what I'm down today. I'm down about 200 on this account now. But yeah, nothing is A+ about the setup here. Nothing is that super clean. You just got to sort of stick in it. I mean, funnily enough, this is actually nicer. This is a bit nicer setup on the ES. Very similar. No, it's about the same shit. Same difference. But there's an entry there. Like you can see that you got that same shape. I like this candle on the ES a little bit better. I don't think we got that on. Oh, we did. It was just a little bit smaller. So yeah, let's just chill with it. See how we go. Do we have people on? Are you trading? Have you made money today? What levels are you seeing? Do you use Apex? Do you want to use Apex? Let me go get my links if you are interested in opening, and then I get a commission if you use these links. You get a discount. Happy days, everyone's winning. But particularly if you're learning like me, and I am in no fucking way an expert at this shit, this is a really, really good way to do it. Now, let me disclose how much money I lost this year. So I went into this about August, June, July. Oh, fuck, I'm nearly there. August. Oh, it's so depressing. But good thing is, so when I started, my profits went pop. And I got a nice little pop. I had 3 days where I made 40 grand. I was like, fuck, this is great. I was doing paper trading for about 2 months. And, oh, no, let's not do that. Yeah, let's go there. I was doing paper trading for about 2 months. Fuck, that zooms in on your head, doesn't it? Looks like I got bags. I don't know why. Anyway, paper trading for about 2 months. That went okay. Now, hold on. Actually, let me go back here and explain. I will also exit if this makes a lower high. So you can see on this how we've got, you've got a high, and sort of just flattens out, and you've got a high. Now this should be a low. You want to make a high. So if this can't bust through that level, I'll probably exit because it could be a change of trend. So this needs to get through that level. If it doesn't, I'd be out of this one. But let's continue on my story. Yeah, so I started with paper trading. That went, links. I think it's that one. So I'm doing all this just to get a bloody link to you guys, so you can go and open accounts. Same way I have. I'll chuck that in the comments. Boom, there you go. Hit that link, go over, and that's where you can save yourself a lot of money by fucking up and not having it be your money. It's also not the companies when you start, so they don't really lose, but you get to do it in an environment it's better than paper trading. You got a little bit of money on the line, but not what I did. So I started really well, and I was like, oh, cool, this is great. Boom, we're going up 40 grand, 3 days. This is awesome. And then like 2 months later, I was down probably like 30 grand. I've had days where I've lost like 20, 30 grand. Really, really painful. And to be honest, not the amount of money. The amount of money hasn't been the thing that's really annoyed me. I'm just going to watch this trade. So I'm just going to change the size of the screen. The amount of money isn't the one that's killed me. It's that I think that I've been learning and doing things really well, and I haven't. I was getting burnt because just kept making mistakes, and I didn't really understand why, and that was really, really, really difficult to work it out. I think the major thing is understanding what the market's doing day to day and working out, okay, cool, is this a choppy market or is it a trending market? And that's where the VWAP's really, really handy. If your VWAP's sloping up or sloping down, you've got a trend, right? So it's trending down, it's trending up. I didn't really understand that, and that took me a long time to work out. I also started in a market where it was just going boom. So it was so easy to make money. And I thought, cool, I've just learned really fast. I'm getting the hang of it. Let's scale up the trades. And I did. And thought it was good. I was okay with massive paper losses. I was like, this is actually good too, because for me to make the amount that I want, I have to be okay with these sorts of losses. And I was 100% completely fine with it. Still absolutely no reason to exit this trade. This is moving really nicely. Just, yep, kicking along very, very well. Good candles. Everything's tracking. Pretty much just got single prints on this 5. See how that candle's sort of starting there. It's not really coming back into the territory, and just boom, like off we go. So this is quite appealing. This action, you don't want this to come. That's probably sort of your limit. You don't really want it to come back below that 10 points, but a check back there is okay. Yeah. So fuck off. This isn't what you want. I want to see continuation. I don't mind a little check back. Where would be? It's probably about where I entered, right? So if it got below where I entered, it's probably at the point where this is making a lower high. So if this checks back out now, if it pushes up, this is really bullish. Really, really bullish. So, yeah, I just lost way too much money. I ended up losing. I'm down about 80 grand from when I started, I think, 70 to 80 grand, thereabouts. And that, that sucks. That's really not nice. All this money I am using as well. First of all, don't start with 100 grand. It's stupid, because you're going to lose, right? You will lose when you start this stuff, 100%. The thing that's good for me is I was down the same amount nearly 4 months ago. So three months ago, I think it was about the same amount. And I've got back a little bit. So I'm about 5 grand up in that time, being way more conservative. But I am winning so much more consistently. Obviously, I've cut my size, and I'm doing this thing with funded accounts now where, so you can see here it says I'm up $450. I'm not. I paid $20 for this account, 20 US, so 30 Australian. When I say 80 grand, I'm talking Australian dollars as well. I paid 30 Australian dollars for this account. So if I blow it up, my loss isn't 6.5 grand. It's not 3 grand. It's not whatever the account would be at. It's $30. But I get the exposure of being able to play with larger amounts and see how it actually works. So this protects your downside a lot. And I think, had I have started with this and learned my trading through this, yeah, I still would have lost. I'd probably be down about 5 grand in blowing accounts. Because if you blow an account, you just buy another one. That's a lot better. And I would have learned the same lessons. I would have learned very similar lessons. The other thing that I did when I started is I was trying to play way too many charts. Different charts will behave differently. And that's another really important thing that I never had explained or made clear to me. And I think when you're starting, you should just start the most simple, basic charts that don't really have massive behavioral issues. Which you'll see, like if you have a look at a Netflix chart, Netflix is fucked to try and trade. I've lost a lot. I think I've lost over 20 grand on Netflix in total. I've had some big wins where I made like 8 grand and I was like, oh, this is great. But with bad fundamentals, you then go in and you repeat stupid mistakes, which I did. So my recommendation is you start on basic instruments that will teach you the fundamentals in a way where they should function reasonably consistently. Like these futures accounts. So you've got the NQ, which is on the cash account is QQQ. And you've got the ES, which is the SPY, SPY. If I'd, it would have been another 75 grand that I'd had in my pocket. I would have probably had accounts approved by now. So I would have been in a position where I was actually getting paid. See, now this is starting to move shit. You're looking like it's a lower high. I've got 25 seconds for this to close out, but this is getting really close to an exit for me. I don't like that candle at all. That closing under is a problem. It's not quite an exit problem, but it's very close. Very, very close to an exit on this trade. I'm still going to keep that line in the sand down there. That was my original entry. That was my plan, so I'm going to stick with it. But I didn't like that candle. That is not good. Still above the VWAP as well. The VWAP's flattening. Yeah, look at this. Fuck me. God, you can't. If I get the 30 and then it actually decides to have a run, I'm cool with that. This candle is really important because if this finishes under, even if it's a really small one, it's changing trend. If it goes back up and finishes there, it's probably more just a continuation. And you'll have a wick on it, which will actually be really nice. So you've got situations that it's a little bit tricky to work these things out sometimes, but it's still above key levels. See, like that. This is now beautiful. Really, really, really good. If that can hold, that's gorgeous. And that's why my original levels were important to pay attention to and stick with that plan. So, yep, I'm completely fine with this now. And if this goes green, this is actually really positive, really constructive for the upside. This would be this candle is a good entry for this trade as well to the upside now. If it closes like that, and then you use probably where my line is here, that would be sort of your exit if you're looking at an entry here. And you'll have very similar upside to what I'm looking at with this trade. But yeah, it's not nice to lose money, but I tell you what, it's a hell of a lot more chilled losing $30 and going through this learning process than it is losing, 40 grand in a couple of days. So doing it this way, it's just a lot safer, and it takes a lot of time to learn, man. It takes a long time to learn, understand the basic fundamentals, key steps, and don't rush it. Don't expect to make money in your first 12 months. Expect to lose, maybe even for your first 2 years. Pretty much no one makes money in their first 12 months. And if you do, one of the problems is you can be making it just by luck and bad habits, not by actual skill and repetition. My trading is a shit ton better now. I'm way, way clearer on why I'm doing things, when I'm entering, yada, yada, yada. Like I said, this entry here on that engulfer made sense to me. But then this canned out this. This candle here now makes this an attractive trade again. If it closes like this, right? If it closes like this. But I entered on that, which made sense. Same stop loss, same everything. You just have a better entry than what I had. The one issue would be that it hasn't got over this candle yet. So this level's pretty important. You really want it over that 530 sort of level. But if you can get that, you've probably got a nice little build. And hopefully another run to the upside. That's what I'm obviously hoping for. It would be great to get, another 100 points, man. It'd just be really nice. So that's what I'm pushing for on this one. Still looking good. So hopefully we come back and get some very, very nice upside to this. But yeah, this is looking like it's going to close really, really well, and it'll probably keep going. Still held that VWAP. What did the AS do? Because you probably had a really nice entry on that. Oh, that was even better. That's a nice entry right now. Oh, that was gorgeous. That wick. If we have a look at that on the 30-minute, Look at that. Look at where that came to. That wick has come right to that section. That is like perfect for the ES. That's such a good entry. And your stop, you don't want 10-point stop. It's probably a little bit much. It'd be a pretty tight stop, but on the close. So it'd be on the close. You'd want it to close probably under these two, 37. But yeah, we're looking good. All looking really nice. Really nice. And this is probably getting pretty close to having a bit of a pop. Just looks like she wants to build. The one thing that's not ideal, well, it's okay because it's just moving sideways. It's not grinding up. You just got really low volume at the moment. Yeah, volume sort of dropped off after that engulfing candle. Sort of over here, the volume has died a bit. But yeah, if it sort of does this, it's like it goes for a bit of a run. It's like sprint. Hold on, I got to chill, catch my breath, yada yada. And that's how they work. So you can get this nice run up, and then if it consolidates sideways or a little bit down, then it's like, okay, cool, boom. It's just prepping for the next run, which it looks like this is getting pretty close to making. The way it's playing out, this is actually playing quite nicely. So I'm looking for a really good little pump to the upside. And like I said, I'd $3,000 on this trade would be nice. But it was not it's not a 10 out of 10 setup. This one, it's not one that I was super thrilled with, which is why I'm only using one account. Now we move, so I'm cancelling this. That would be a destruction of the trade. My stop loss is now about here. Ideally there. I don't really want it to fall below that. I want continuation here. If this weaks and comes back down, it's going to be annoying. You've got that height, so there's a little bit of resistance there. I do think it's built nicely to go through it, so I'm hoping that it does, but I don't really want it to drop below. Fucking God. Give me that. It's my buy line. I don't really want it to go below that, so I'd probably say that is more or less the stop loss now. You don't really want it below there. And the other thing is, because the trade's gone up and I've done well on it, my stop loss changes, my trailing loss. So it's pretty good at the moment. It's near the 665 total, so I'm only down 200 from that. But if this comes back down, even if I finish positive, it's destroyed my stop loss by like $1,000 because it's gone higher and then reduced. Let's just keep an eye on how this is going. It's moving nicely, still moving nicely. Yeah, I would love this to be the level in here. This would be really nice. So we just want to see some good old-fashioned continuation. Need it to pop through that previous high. If this pops through that high, we should be off to the races. Again, it's still building really nicely, moving really, really, really nicely. We want to push. We want a nice big old push. I've only got a few more minutes of trading too because I'm limiting myself time-wise. Because I was just on the computer too long yesterday. When I trade shorter, I make money. When I don't, I lose. So what I am actually going to do is I'm going to put a stop loss there now. And the reason being is because my time's coming up. I've got 6 minutes. So if I get out of the trade and I have a nice, reasonable win, and I'm up on the day, and I'm good. It's cool. It's cool. This is very nice. This is really good action. Really good. Nice. Two nice, beautiful green candles. On the 30, we're getting really close to coming over. So, fuck, I want this to keep going. Man, I want this to keep going. You want it to hold this shelf here. It's a little bit above where I've put my stop. You really want that to kick off and go green, bust through. If you get a bust through, this could jump quite nicely. If this account was approved, by the way, this is another really important thing that I think I now understand. I would not be trading with this size. So once it gets approved, you've then got to pay another fee for an account that you can actually get paid from, right? These are on special, so if I get this by the end of the week, it's $80, really cheap, really, really, really good deal. If I don't, then it's about 500 US. I'm talking US, which is a lot. Now you don't want that to blow up, obviously. You then have to hit certain thresholds and limits to actually get paid. So, and you've still got that $6.5 trailing threshold. You got to be careful with it. You got to be very, very cautious. You really got to manage your losses. So I'm only going to trade in lots of 3. Really small, super small size, take a while to build, but I'm not going to lose the account. That's the idea. And then once you get paid out, it's like, cool, bang, take your money and go again. And just keep kicking on. This will be really interesting how it trades for the last few minutes of this candle. I'm still pretty bullish on it. Like I think it wants to go. If it stops me out, that's cool. That's probably where it shouldn't go under, right there. And I'm about to get stopped out. Yeah, it wants to go down now. I don't know why. Oh fuck! If this goes now, this will be great. That has stopped like so close to my stop loss. So close. Where it is there, I didn't think it should have gone under. But so on the Qs, you're at a pretty key level, 475. Yeah, if this goes green from here, she should be off to the races. We should break through. We should be new all-time highs. Green skies, and hopefully get a very nice little pop to the upside. Don't think I'll get my 12K, but I'll hopefully get my 3. If it stops me out, the annoying thing here is my trailing loss is down about $400. And that fucking sucks. Because it's been a winning trade, and I don't really like that. I think while you're in a trade, it should be whatever it was at the start, right? Like, and if during the trade it goes up, that's annoying. If you're getting stopped out, though, the problem is probably your size, and you're just too heavy on the trade, which when you're trying to get qualified, you can go a little bit heavier because you just want to get it done, right? You're fucking making money. Yeah, I don't know. I probably would have expected that to go up. So I might get stopped out here. If I do, that's cool. I don't really care. My alarm's about to go off because that's my 2-hour limit. We've got 25 seconds to see what we're going to do. Is anyone asking questions? No. No one asking questions. So yeah, if I was trading this real, I'd actually only be in 3 contracts. So I do 3 lots of 3 on my entries. No, I'd be in 6, sorry. Because I buy at the market and then I have 2 levels under and then my stops under that. So there's my alarm, that's my exit time, which means as soon as I'm out of this trade, I am done. That's quite a nice candle, man. It's quite a nice candle. You've got a pretty fucking nice setup on the hourly for a very, very good 3-bar play. This is like, man, oh man. This is, oh. See that? So 3-bar players when you get, let's go to the 30-minute and I'll explain what I'm saying. This here is a 3-bar play. This is exactly it. You get 1 green, consolidation, boom, goes again. So what I'm saying there, oh, maybe it's a 3-bar play with these on the 5-minute, maybe on the 10-minute. So if you had 10 up, consolidation there, and then boom, the idea is that goes. I'm fighting. This consolidation's fine too, by the way, how it's doing it. Completely okay. It's still quite bullish. If you're hanging around for longer and you want to hold on to this trade and you're in, it's one to stick with because it's building very nicely. So the 30-minute, yeah, righto. So this is what I'm explaining on the 3-bar play. This was a 3-bar play earlier on the half-hour chart. This 1, 2 is an hour. So if you put them together, you get a candle that sort of looks like that. And then you've got this. Boom. Very nice consolidation. Really, really good. Ideally, this one goes about the same distance as these two over the next hour. I'm about to get stopped out. This could be like a really, really nice upside move. It's a very good setup. Where my stop is actually quite a nice entry for this. Where my purchase is, sorry, that's about perfect as an entry for this 1-hour play. Yeah, you could get, fuck mate, 200 points. So 470, 19, shit. Because you're looking from, it's this sort of distance. You've got 200 points. So 19,700 is the potential in this trade. That would be your upside target, and your stop loss is here. Like it's a brilliant risk reward trade. Brilliant. If that plays out, there's gonna be some happy people. Fuck me, it could be even bigger than that. No, because you're going 72, 75, 77. 77 would be conservative. 78 would be maybe a little extended or very much at the top end. And that'd be a take profit. Oh, do you know what? Even with only 15 contracts, that could fucking do it for me. That could get me there. God, I'm tempted to hang on to this trade. Whew. Stop me out.
Stop filled.
I'm done. So that's me for the day. I don't even want to see where this goes because I think she's going to fucking rip raw. Let's have a look at my trailing loss. So 6,095, $150 profit for the day. I think this will fucking go. I really think this will go. Oh. But I'm out, so I'm going to leave it with you. If you're on that trade, ideally if it pulls back to the VWAP, it's a nice entry. But you know what? On the 5 minute, you've got a potential double top there. Not quite yet, but it's moving in that direction. On the 30, you've got a beautiful bull flag forming. She looks good. Anyway, I'm out. Catch you guys tomorrow. I'm going to go play blackjack. No, I'm going to go to the gym. Then I'm going to play blackjack. Practice my probabilities. I'm reading this book at the moment. Beat the dealer. And the idea is I don't really care about blackjack per se. I care about thinking and acting in a way that probability-wise makes sense. Because to be successful in trading, you need to do that. So going and playing blackjack with a system is training for this, for me. So that's what I'm doing. Enjoy yourselves. I hope it rockets for you if you're in the trade, and I hope you do very well. Still happy with that trade. Happy I finished green. Might come back after Jerome Powell. Just be cautious for Jerome Powell. He's going to be speaking soon, so you also might just get a bit of fucking nothing until that happens. Anyway, I'm out, guys. See ya.